So many people think being successful, you have to be extraordinary, you have to be someone who thinks like nobody else think. It's an absolutely wrong idea. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to become a visionary of your future and own your vision as a leader. Because in order for you to be successful, you not just need to be good at business, you also need to be good at leading people and telling people what to do, when and how to do things. Before we get going, if you like this video or any of my videos, don't forget to hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for amazing tutorials. Again, liking the videos, sharing it with friends and family really help me push the videos out there to a lot more people. So if you want to be a visionary, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur or a successful business person, a successful property investor, for example, you need to have a goal. Now, what do I mean by goal? So many people set so many goals, they don't even go back and look at these goals, or they don't really be convicted when they are setting the goals. So when I'm talking about goals here, I'm talking about proper goals. I'm talking about gigantic goals. I'm talking about goals that you set yourself that you would not even imagine of actually achieving it. Now, people may be thinking, I'm crazy saying this, but it has worked really, really well for myself, because if you set yourself massive, gigantic goals, it gets you somewhere. It gets you somewhere really, really further ahead, right? If you aim for the stars and you landed in the moon, you still have got somewhere. It's exactly the same logic when it comes to when it comes to setting goals. Set goals that would push you. Set goals that will literally get you to the uncomfort zone. Set goals that will make you stress to achieving these goals. Because if you set yourself a goal that is very easy to attain and achieve, it doesn't motivate you. It doesn't get you to wake up in the morning to do what you want to do. And plus, if you set yourself to achieve 2 or 3 things and you only achieve maybe you didn't even achieve half of it, you would have achieved only 1 thing, right? So if you want to then achieve bigger things, you can set yourself goals that are 10x goals, for example, maybe goals that you cannot achieve. Suppose you set yourself to achieve, let's say set yourself to achieve 10 things, right? Within maybe a year or 2 years, 3 years, however way you want to set it, right? If you set that goal, imagine then you only achieve 50. Maybe acquire 10 properties, right? Picture yourself actually viewing the properties, negotiating the properties, getting the builders in to do the works, getting the refurbishment done, and walking into the property once it's all completed, and also picturing yourself getting the tenant in the property if you're doing it as a service accommodation. Picture yourself actually getting your first bookings, visualize the money, right? See the guests checking in and out of the property. I know this might sound crazy, but trust me, the mind doesn't differentiate what's real and what's fake. So if you feed that idea within the mind will hack that and makes it real. Have you ever thought about someone and that person rings you instantly, or that person appears right in front of you? The same thing happens when it comes to business, when it comes to you wanting to be a visionary. Because if you don't vision it within your mind's eye, it never manifests. Think about it. Maybe you're watching me from a mobile phone or from a computer right now. Imagine then that device you're using right now had been a picture in someone else's mind before it becomes being. Okay, maybe you are sitting in a chair, or maybe you're in a car, or maybe you are doing something. Just imagine whatever you're using right now and think about that. Where was that thing before? Right? How did that thing become to being? It's because someone has visualized it in their mind's eye. They've seen the picture through their mind's eye, and then it manifests itself. Right? It literally shows out there because that person would go all out to make that happen. Again, if you want to be successful, if you want to be a visionary, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to have that mind's eye to take you to where nobody are thinking of. Because once you start thinking like that, people will think you're crazy. You start to separate yourself with losers. You start to separate yourself with failures. And guess you would unconsciously start to surround yourself with successful people. So picture it when nobody else is picturing it for you. Because this is what's going to happen, right? When you start your property investment journey, when you start your entrepreneurial journey, when you start your business journey, nobody would believe in you. Nobody will see the picture you're seeing in your mind's eye, right? But it's your duty and responsibility to actually work on those photos in your mind's eye and get those photos out there. So once those photos manifest themselves out there, then it becomes a proof of concept. Once it becomes a proof of concept, guess what? All the naysayers would want to work with you. All the naysayers want to say, wow, you've done amazing. How did you do this? You become an inspiration to them. Okay? I know you might not get the yes or the support you need at the beginning, but all visionaries started their entrepreneurial journey never had someone believe in them, never had someone understand the pictures, never had someone imagining the same thing that they imagine, right? So you get that. As long as you believe in you, you visualize what you're doing, you see the roadmap. Another thing you need to add into it is having an open mind and open eyes. Now, what do I mean by this? Because once you have your vision, right, you tend to get tempted on sticking into that vision and not listening to maybe people who experience more than you do, or to your advisors, or to your coaches, or to your mentor. But what you want to do, basically, especially if you want to take yourself to the next level, is to have an open mind and open eyes. What do I mean? Listen to what people are saying, right? Kind of forget what you've learned or what you've implemented. Try to understand what that person is saying. Obviously, it might not be relevant to you, or you might not need all the information that person is saying, right? But what you do, you pick the informations that are useful to you, right? Hence the reason why having an open mind is very, very important, because if you don't have an open mind, you lock yourself in a very tight environment because you tend to block so many stuff. But if you have an open mind, guess what? Everything opens to you. You start sucking information like a sponge or like a baby. Until today, whenever I work with my builders, whenever I work with my business partners or the people I work with, I always listen, have an open mind. I suck all the knowledge they've literally given me, and then ask questions to further open my mind and learn from it, and use that to take my businesses to the next level. That's how I've been able to start my property investment journey from zero to building a multi-million pound property investment portfolio. These are the things you could also do and kind of take yourself to the next level. The fourth thing to do to become a visionary leader and a great entrepreneur is, once you've got your goal, you've pictured what you want to achieve, you have an open mind, is to draw a roadmap, right? To take you from where you are to where you want to go. So now, what do I mean by that? So you've already set your goals, right? You cannot achieve all the goals in one go, right? And you've pictured what you want to achieve. You cannot literally get those photos straight away. But what you do then, you then draw a roadmap to take you from where you are to where you want to go by breaking them down in pieces, right? What do you need to do? What stops do you need to take to get there? So for example, if you're going to Birmingham, right? Do you need to stop at a service station to make You have to be able to draw that map, walk back and take yourself to the next level. The fifth thing to become a visionary of your own future is commitment. Now, what do I mean by commitment? I'm not talking about easy commitment. I'm not talking about commitment without conviction. I'm talking about proper commitment here. Commit yourself and tell yourself, no matter what, no matter obstacles you've gone through, you're going to go through it. You're going to go through it. You're going to go through the fear. You're going to go through the setbacks. You're going to go through the difficulties you're going to face. You're going to go through that stress. You're going to go through the uncomfortability. You have to commit to it. You have to be convicted to it. Say, listen, I'm going to make this happen no matter what. Because if you do, the sky is the limit. There won't be any force that will stop you from going to where you want to go. Once you've committed to that, whether you've written it down or you kind of tell yourself that, it will take you to the next one, because that's what visionaries do. You can see they fail upon fail. They make so many mistakes. They never give up. They still commit to the course. They never said, okay, this is too hard. This is so uncomfortable. People don't like me anymore. It's not really working for me. My partner is not supporting me. Regardless what the situation is, they get convicted and commit to their dream and get it to where they want to go. And guess what? They had so many people then admiring them, telling them they've done amazing. And the sixth thing you need to back that up to become a visionary of your own future and become a successful leader and an entrepreneur is consistency. Now, consistency is very, very important when it comes to business. If you're not consistent, you're not going to get nowhere. You have to be consistent, and persistent is what you do. Don't do something today, you know it works really, really well, and you don't do it for another week or so, right? It literally stops you from growing. If you know something is working, implement it. Continuously implement it, improve it to take you to the next level. I've seen so many people do really, really well. They secure their first property deals. Things are going absolutely amazing. Guess what? They stop. They stop. They don't continue. Right? They become like, oh, I've got one property now. I need to like kind of sort this property out first. Set it up, put it in booking.com before I move into anything else. Or they said, okay, I've got this property, I need to do it up before I buy another property. Or I've got this property and I'm going to do it up, rent it before I buy another property. No, right? You've got the property, you've got people doing the job for you because you're not doing it yourself. Then move on to something else. Move on buying the next property because you want to keep that momentum and consistency going, right? So if you are one of those who said, oh, I've got this, I need to wait until I get the other thing. No, stop that now. Continue thriving. I'll give an example. When I start getting deals, right? When it went really tough for 7 months, when I start getting these, I start getting 10, 15 deals. I start getting literally 20 deals. I was literally taking deals without even having the money to pay for it, right? Because I wanted to maintain the consistency and the momentum. Right? Any landlord I closed the deal with, you wanted, I say yes. You wanted to say yes. You wanted to say, I never said no to anybody. Right? I did not say I want to wait until I do that property up, decorate it nicely, put it on Rightmove and spare room before I get the other property. No. I get that property, get the handyman and the builders doing it. I'm on to the other one. I'm doing what I know I can do the best, which is kind of closing deals. I was just saying yes to every single deal. Right? I wasn't waiting until I finished the other deal to go jump onto the other deal. That was what helps me kind of grow my property portfolio in a very, very short period of time. And you could implement the same thing to take your property investment to the next level. If you don't believe in you, nobody else would believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and convicted, especially when no one believes in yourself. Just to summarize, in order to become a visionary of your own future or a leader or an entrepreneur, you'd have to know these 6 things. 1, you have to have gigantic goals. 2, picture what you want to achieve. Have an open mind and eyes. Draw a roadmap to take you to where you want to go. Commit and be consistent and perseverance in whatever you do. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe for my channel for more amazing tutorials. I look forward to sharing the next video.